Hello, this is Dame Helen at the Leatherclad, and I do beg your apologies. I do have a bit of a cold, as you can tell with the rather unusual deepness of my voice. In any case, until this episode was recorded and sent my way, I never really understood just exactly how much it meant to be a director. This episode was recorded when I happened to be at work both of our usual recording days of Friday and Saturday, so I was unable to attend to the recording. And even though there was supposed to be an outline that is shared between all of the hosts, and that formula had been followed for 3 podcasts up to this point, well, the end result wound up being something akin to handing 3 attention deficit disorder children a pixie stick each, not the small ones, one of the jumbo ones, putting on a blindfold and hoping for the best. In all, it turned into a very random, very classically bunny podcast that I'm not ever sure that they ever actually had a topic. Yeah, and from now on, I will definitely be doing my absolute level best to be there for all future podcasts and making sure that everything stays on topic. My apologies to those bunnies out there who are unable to follow with this podcast, but here it is. I present it to you in its nearly unedited form. BunnyCast number 4, Make the Hurting Stop.
Bunny podcast number 4, recorded on the Sunday the 9th of March 2008 or Sunday the 8th of March, depending on where you live.
It's Saturday here. You weird Australians with your weird times. Anyway, warning may cause eyes to explode.
That sounds painful.
Yes, it is. And you know what you need to do when you have your eyes exploding? You need to go down to your local doctor and say you listen to the podcast of the bunnies, therefore he can know how to treat you properly.
I'm scared of what I see, but I'm not afraid no more. You vanquished my fears. You gave me a reason to laugh and stole all my tears. And now I can fly to heights that I never knew were there. And dream of the dreams.
As you may or may not have guessed, we do not have a Homer today. He
Actually, we
has... We do?
We lost the
Yes.
we lost the wild Homer, and we have had to replace it with a more sedated version, which, after much trapping, beating, and also electrocution, we are able to present today.
So, our backup Homer.
You ruined it.
Damn me in my mouth. Oh, it's Moon. Everybody knows it's Moon by now, okay, so let's just get on with it. Moon, say something.
Meow.
Throws
Yes.
a dog at you.
Yeah.
Aren't there normally some sort of introductions at this point?
I'm just gonna have to... I'll be back in a second, okay?
He's not. Does that mean I get to do the introduction?
No, we get to talk about him. Gossip now, gossip.
While he's gone. I heard Killerfish is actually not a fish.
I heard he likes to do a bit of fish slapping on the slide.
I think that one flew right over my head.
I'll leave
Hi guys.
I'll leave that comment for the forums to work out.
What? Who? What? Did I miss something?
And yes,
Nothing.
listeners, I know you're dirty as you are.
I'll leave for 5.5 seconds and I'll come back to this. Honestly.
What did you expect?
Just be warned, gentle listener, you may hear noises of me eating stuff, which is pretty much the only way to shut me up. So, here goes.
Oh, there's other ways to shut you up, but we would like to keep them secret for now.
Keep talking. Go on.
Yes,
It's really loud eating noises.
yeah, it's a very subtle thing, isn't it?
And everybody listening is gonna be like, why are they laughing? It's just eating noises.
Oh, I'm thinking it's getting recorded, and I'm slightly distracted because someone's rubbing my feet to death.
Well,
What?
no.
Namely, my cat.
Freckles.
Does your cat like your feet for any particular reason?
I smell of cheese.
She just
Okay.
got out of bed, and she's just doing it for no reason. Otherwise, I'm about to open a door, trickety run outside, and she'll think she's about to get food when she's not. So,
Most random BunnyCast ever.
Yeah. Although I don't know.
I wouldn't
you know,
say that just yet.
you have to consider how random the previous ones were.
Hmm.
Or I suppose, from my point of view, previous one, because Homer still hasn't released the second one at the time of this recording.
Yes, note that this is number 4. The big shock for women was getting over that little point. Okay,
Yes.
So,
my cat has decided to keep rubbing, and she's now buried herself in a pile of papers.
yes, friends, this is BunnyCast. We talk about Squato's cat for 3 hours.
Well, that's a question we have to ask. Do you have a cat, Moon?
No.
What?
Okay, my contractual agreement to say that has been fulfilled.
Mm.
My neighbors have enough cats to make up for it, though.
Do you have a random cat lady living near you?
I don't know if she qualifies as a cat lady, but there are a lot of random cats.
Yes, her name's Aura.
No. She's my next door neighbor. And she likes to buy lots of random animals. I think they've had in total 3 bunnies, 6 dogs, 5 cats, and a fish.
And I wonder what the fish was killed off.
I think they only have 1 cat and 2 dogs now. The rest died.
They're good owners.
Back in the pet wars of 2003.
It was a vicious time.
2003, war had begun.
Well,
2003, war was beginning.
it was when the dogs unleashed nukes that everything went downhill rapidly.
Well, the hamster is back.
Sounds more like you're gurgling to death.
That's why
You
we
know me
make
so
fun of
well.
it. That's why we make fun of it as the so-called hamster sound.
No, Killerfish, you should never have gurgled.
You should never have gurgled with hamster. Hamster gurgling, the new mouthwash coming to you this season.
It's a very hot flavor in
It
third
feels
world
like
countries.
It feels like a ferret up the pants.
A ferret Bob.
And then what is he doing up there?
Training for the Olympics, obviously. Where ferrets down trousers are becoming a national sport.
Only in Wales.
No, there aren't any whales participating. What are you even eating?
Oh, I've got some baked beans, some sausages, and some potatoes here. Nice.
So bangers and mash almost.
No, these are kind of like roast potatoes, really nice ones.
Are you gonna finish it off with some spotted dick?
No.
Well, just the way you say potatoes, it's very
What,
British.
potato?
Yes.
Coincidentally, I'm eating a potato right now. Oh.
I don't know if either of you have watched much Mystery Science Theater 3000, but if you've ever seen Pod People, you will know why I am laughing.
Sorry, it
Well-
hasn't come out in Australia.
No. And you know I was absolutely ignorant of Mystery Science
Yes.
Theater.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
we established that during Comic-Con. Did Homer ever show you any of those while you were
No,
there?
I never got round to it.
I'm going to have to abuse him for that.
Homer, your general demeanour is
Actually, because
slightly
Moom is
scruffy.
Homer, that means that we actually get whatever abuse should be directed towards Moom right now. So, Moom, take it out on yourself.
Yes. Beat yourself up for our entertainment.
Oof. Oh.
I think he actually killed himself. That's a first on a podcast.
Well, other than those other two times.
Oh. Now I'm back to life.
Oh damn, you used a life spell, didn't you?
No, I had
He had another
had a
guy.
Phoenix down.
You had another guy, right?
Yeah, I had 1-ups. I had too many of them.
Hey, look, there's a crazy Zoidberg behind you.
What?
We're joking about that Futurama episode.
I haven't seen Futuramas in like a year or two.
Neither have I, but I've memorised each and every one of the episodes.
He would have too.
That was the episode. That's the episode with General Pac-Man, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it?
It was the second
Hang on.
Tales of
Tales of
Interest.
Interesting stuff.
Yes, which you've heard it. You cannot unhear it.
So question. At this point, does this actually qualify as BunnyCast anymore? I mean, we haven't talked about anything even remotely related to the forums.
Well,
I think
it's
you're
something
hearing
on
my phone. Stop ringing, phone! No!
This will be edited.
Yeah, you'll have.
Okay.
Okay, it stopped. You can uncover your ears now.
Okay, guys, you can start talking about the forums if you want to. I'm just going to sit here eating this sausage.
My actual comment was, I think this is probably very much like the forums in the fact that the tangent has gone so far off in the different tangent itself that it's actually tangenting it itself as it's tangenting itself.
Yes, but I think we may want to try and make this remotely interesting to those poor people listening. Especially given how long these tend to be.
Oh no!
That's not our fault.
Considering the fact that you're speaking, they're going to be enthralled with your voice, your magic.
Unfortunately, my voice is not. You know, I mean, my pencils are much more interesting than my voice. I think if people are remotely interested in what I do, it's not what I'm talking about that they're interested in.
Folks, try to remember as many double entrants that come from a Moom as he speaks.
Damn you!
Okay then, onto the forums then. What news has
I'll
been going
tell
on around?
So, what questions haven't you answered from the BunnyCast topic?
We'll get to
Hang
that.
on. We'll get to that. We need to do news first, though.
Oh,
News!
the new news.
News.
Well, there's that whole news post Dan just recently posted.
That's an idea.
And what's the recap of that then?
Let me read it so I can recap it. Apparently he has figured out a problem that has kept him from feeling inspired. I have no idea what that could possibly be, although I have to wonder if it's related to his recent DeviantArt journal post.
Yes. DeviantArt.
Yeah, he posted a journal not too long ago. I think it was only a few days ago about he has had an epiphany about something, but he didn't actually say what it was.
Yes, and there was promises of making the comic faster, and it will be coming out more on time.
Well, no, that was in the news post, yeah, but not in the DeviantArt thing. But the news post itself, yeah, he's apparently re-inspired about it. Yay!
Woo!
I don't think there's any possible negative connotation there.
I think it's more of a case of that everyone's getting it, that we're just going to wait and see what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Even the new people are getting pretty much used to the idea that Dan can take time because he's procrastinating all the bloody time.
He's not
kind of interesting,
procrastinating.
you know.
He's innovating and rethinking his entire plan for the.
I wouldn't really call it procrastinating. I mean, you know, he is taking college classes yet again, and I can tell you there how much of a pain in the butt it is.
Yeah, I know that myself.
But
just the point is how long it takes with all the stuff and.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but personally, I can't help but wonder if that has to do with him doubling the comic size.
Yeah, I reckon that was a problem, but he reckons it was actually making it far more easier, especially due to the fact he also was growing in colouring and also rechanging everything.
He was working faster for a while after he did that little update bar, but he hasn't had a buffer for several weeks now. I think it's just been on 5 script and 0 everything else.
Well, some people are capable of doing buffers, and other people aren't capable of doing buffers, and yeah.
It depends on a person's mindset. Like I know, Theo, or there is no source, whatever you want to call him, the guy that does
that comic we were talking about last week.
He says he's not. I've spoken to him often enough, and he says he has how big is it? He tries to get at least 40 pages ahead of the current comic.
That's a pretty big buffer.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I remember, when Dan used to update 5 days a week. Now that was pretty amazing.
Back in the old days.
Well, yeah, back pretty much in the very first days of Keenspot, and also back when he was on Top Webcomics. Although I don't know how many of the people remember that anymore.
There's still some people around that were actually from the those forums, the Top Webcomics forums.
I'm one of them. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, God, I totally forgot what I was saying mid-sentence.
He had a brain fart.
Yes. That happens to me all the time. It's annoying. I'm just sitting there and suddenly...
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember now. There's a lot of people who... the EGS gained a lot of popularity during the party storyline, and so you got a lot of people coming in, but, they'd read through the whole archives, and they'd get to the party, and the party just sort of went on. It was a good storyline, but these are people who just read through the whole archives, before the party in 1 day or 2 days or something like that. And so they're expecting action again soon. And so, I think the larger... I think
pointing out at that time is that was not an action arc. That was an arc where they had to... It was more plot.
Well, yeah. I mean, even now, it's
still controversial.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think what it is that people are sort of, they come in, they read the whole archives, and there's a lot of action-packed stories early on, Sister and Painted Black and all that, and now you're getting a lot of conversational type stuff, and people, I guess, sort of are a little bit confused by that.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Well, that's what this is, huh?
Yes. Apparently so.
We need to make this podcast more action-packed so we can attract viewers.
I use my power.
I will get you, Sir Killerfish.
Never, for I use my power of making stuff up immediately on the spot to block all of your arrows. Unless you were using
I
bullets,
will
in
use
which case I'm
my-
dead.
I'm a firing my laser!
No! Most random BunnyCast
Not
ever.
yet.
I think it's getting pretty random already, though. I mean, without Homer to steer it back in the direction of anything remotely EGS related.
Yes,
like that
yes,
would
we
never
should-
happen.
Yes.
Whoa!
What the?
Yeah, that just seemed
That's called too many people talking at once.
We just went through a tunnel. We must have changed into a different.
It sounded to me like.
No, it just sounded like we went through a tunnel. So we
That's what I sound like naturally anyway.
Killerfish is actually an alien. This is just his manufactured accent when he's on the Earth.
Why do you think it sounds British?
because it's close to France.
No. French people are good people, and I'll not have you making fun of them, because that's my job!
You can also make fun of the Germans if you want, as well as the Dutch.
Well, actually, strangely enough, the Germans are actually traditionally supposed to be English. The English's
France.
allies. Yes.
Yes, that's got quite a precedent in history.
It has actually. It's just these two world wars got in the way of it.
Well, these two.
That's actually-
No, these two minor events.
Yes, minor events.
Actually, that's remotely related to what's going on in the comic right now, if you consider it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grace spazzing out over World War II.
And the teacher spazzing out over that.
Objection!
Objection! My hair does not look
Don't make me
right.
pull out the actual sound clip. I do have the actual objection sound clip, and I'm not afraid to use it.
You can actually try
I
and see
like
if
to
it
see that
records.
challenge.
What?
See if it records.
It should record, since all I need to do is switch my input sound to stereo mix, although that'll mean that it also echoes everything you guys say.
Or you could just send it to me,
Excellent.
That's true.
because I've got ways of doing it to prevent that from happening.
Let me see if I can dig it up. I have the entire... I have the soundtrack for every Phoenix Wright game, so...
So, whilst Moom is doing that, we should probably actually start looking for questions on the forums. Forum question time! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Right. Should I start then?
So, any other forum news?
No.
Comic news?
There's going to be more soon, apparently.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Any updates for everyone?
I can see.
We know Killerfish is apparently now somewhat discovering his alien roots.
I keep telling you, I'm evil, not an alien. Not evil alien. Come on, that would just be, stupid. Who would ever write a story about an evil alien?
Look on Wikipedia, there's
Sorry.
enough there.
Apologies to Dave Willis, to Steve Troop, to...
I'm sending you the file now.
Okay. Yes. Apologies to people who actually have written stories about evil aliens.
Just say apologies to George Lucas.
Never!
Although he practically stole the idea from someone else anyway.
Yes, he did.
Of course, this was before people recognised that a space western was actually called a space western. When they made Star Wars.
You're right. You're right.
I'm hungry.
Killerfish sucks.
Objection!
Killerfish rules. Damn you.
Cookies are
Damn
not
you.
cookies are not delicious.
Objection!
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have too much fun with that.
Burn it.
Wait,
Burn
wait,
it all.
wait. I have to send you Hold It as well.
For those that are just wondering, just imagine two ferrets and all of a sudden throw a shiny ball in between the two of them.
Ooh, shiny.
Now you have to think up a reason for Hold It.
Oh, I should find something to use with it.
Used
Hang
on
on.
Squato.
No, Moom's asking for it. No.
What? Who is? What?
Squato.
Moom.
Objection!
Okay, our poor listeners are probably really confused now.
Fish, a fart in your general direction.
That's nice.
A creep it would hurt.
Phoenix Wright just likes pointing and yelling things.
Absolutely.
There's
Monkeys!
While I'm in the while I'm in the process of horribly corrupting this podcast, I could probably send a few sound effects as well.
Please, we want you to add to them. In fact, we should get every guest who comes on to add sound effects for me to play during the entire podcast.
Let's see, what's a good sound effect?
No. No. We'll have to record our own as well.
Yes, of course.
Haha. Anyway, should we do some questions now?
Maybe.
Yes.
Which one are you going to take? Do I take main?
I'm taking main forums, yeah.
Oh, you're taking main?
Yes.
Okay, well I'll do mayhem then.
Okay then.
All the cool kids do mayhem.
Kids, don't take mayhem. It'll mess you up. Mess you up bad.
Don't, and your job will be boring.
Have to screw around with the forums because they're not doing things properly.
Those forums, they're neglecting their responsibilities.
Evil forums. Okay.
They are evil forums. They are evil forums.
They are evil forums. Stop making me sing! Stop it!
Oh yes, I'll just try and look for the questions from Mayhem. I just noticed the thread. Should we make a comment about the death?
The death?
Oh, you mean Burke?
I think we've made a comment
yes.
about that before, but the
Well, yeah, I mean, hasn't that sort of, you know, that topic was posted months ago?
yeah, but that's not the one. It's the is it Gary Carrax?
Oh, yes. Everybody's talking about that. Yeah, the creator of D&D.
Gary Gygax.
Yes.
Oh no.
Order of the Stick did a little tribute comic for that when he died.
Yeah.
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 No,
Bless
it
him.
was a damn good comic.
Right. I've actually got a question here.
Surprisingly.
First of all, can we have Moom on? That's the
Homer?
question.
No,
Homer, will
no,
we
you
ever have
can't
you on?
have me on. No, never. You're never going to have me on.
So your official answer is
No!
His official answer is...
I'm going to hate that.
This noise. This noise is for beating people up. It'll be very useful on the podcast.
Yeah, I can tell. Tell already.
Whenever somebody gets out of line, you just use that. Oof.
Homer,
And another one.
Killerfish, I request that you do that against yourself 5 times. Aimed at the groin area.
Okay.
Wow, that was...
Oh. Yes, you can tell we're having a very serious moment today.
We're just like 3 little kids playing around, you know?
I can't see no questions from Mayhem, so yeah.
Mayhem doesn't care about us.
Here's one from Broken Hero who wants to know a bit about role-playing in RPing on Mayhem. This actually
There's a lot of it.
How to get into it. And...
Oh, well, usually there's a discussion topic of some kind before an RP starts or even after one starts, and you post something in there or you send a PM to the whoever's running the RP.
I should point, a little tip to go there is, there either go for the ones that are on the front page, or if there is a RP you're interested in which is quite active, do a quick search, you'll probably find the data page, or at least just go for the GM, or PM them.
Yeah, there's usually, I mean, I don't know actually, whether there's usually they usually say whether they're accepting new entrants or not, but usually I think most RPs, if you can come up with a convincing backstory, I think most of them will usually let you in.
Yeah, and that's also the exact same reason why they will allow you to get away with a character which might normally be called a god mode or otherwise.
Cough, Squato, cough, cough.
Cough, Homer.
Yes.
Cough, cough, because you're the Homer today.
Damn you!
Don't worry, he hasn't pulled out the whips yet.
That would just be mildly disturbing.
We're talking about Homer here.
Sounds like a whip, doesn't it?
In an alternative.
Actually, it'd be more like...
Yes! That's the sound. What the hell was that sound?
I don't
What?
know.
Can you guys hear the sounds coming out of my headphones?
Maybe we are. I can hear a chair squeaking.
Wait, let me test this out. I gotta test this out.
That was Take That, was it?
Yes.
You guys are aware there's a band over here in England which is called Take That.
They should use that as their
Are they boy
their little
band?
theme.
They were a boy band back in the 90s and they've recently reformed.
Yes, because that only means one thing. They're doing it for the fans, not because they've run out of money.
Yes, yes.
The money's unimportant for them. Although they do like to go and...
Hang on, whilst we're doing Phoenix Wright noises, aren't they making a new Phoenix Wright one with a completely different character?
That one's already out, actually. It was released, I think, just a week or two ago. Apollo Justice, yeah.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't have any of the sound effects from that one.
Oh, thank God.
Hang on, Apollo. I've got to say this.
No.
There's actually an online demo of the game. You can play the whole thing from your browser. It's about 5 to 10 minutes worth of gameplay, which is not bad for a demo. At least an online flash demo. And it does a pretty good job of mimicking the actual game.
Or I can just point people out to Phoenix wrong.
You know, Dan actually is a fan of Phoenix, right?
Yeah, he's made references.
If you look at, well, hello, the most recent comic.
Well,
but,
yeah, that is a fairly major clue there. So we are keeping it fairly EGS related.
If you look in his DeviantArt favorites, he's actually got a whole bunch of Phoenix Wright stuff favorited.
Yeah, as well as a few other little things.
Well, yeah, he actually seems to have quite a few. He's gone on favoriting sprees.
Yes, that's what he does when he's drawing.
Drawing?
Drawing.
Does that have to do with drawers?
Might?
Maybe.
It might. It just might.
Might.
It just might.
How many attorneys can you play in Phoenix Wright? Because I've not actually.
How many what?
How many attorneys? Because apparently, yeah. Apparently
well, you mean how many do you play as, or how many are there in the entire game series?
How many do you play as?
God, that's technically a spoiler, but you get to play as 4 different characters if you play through the whole series.
We should get sounds for each of them and then have objection battles.
No.
I have sound. I have object. Well, you get objection. There's objection sounds for the prosecutors too. So.
I can just see myself making an entire soundtrack filled with
I have
various
1,
different.
2.
Send them.
3.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I have 4 more. I have 4 more objections, but I think Squato might explode if I send any.
Don't worry. I'll stop that now.
Oh. Thank you.
I can't see any more questions apart from one for me, which is, did you have a particular kind of fish in mind when you chose that name? From prognosis. That guy who has that weird tic-tac-toe thing on as his avatar. Right. Did I have a particular fish in mind? No, I did not. Why did I choose that as my name? I chose it because I thought the combination of killer and fish was funny.
And he was drunk.
Ha 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 ha.
Actually, I didn't start drinking until I was 21.
Sure you didn't.
That's
no,
logical.
seriously. I didn't start drinking until I was 21 because even though in England you can drink from 18,
Killerfish,
mainly
that
because
would have
of
been a
my
time
whole...
the objection would have been acceptable. And you blew it. You've lost your one chance of legitimacy.
Yeah, I lost that years ago, mate. Years ago. Why should I
point
even
still stands.
attempt? Yes, unfortunately I've closed the program which allows me to play noises through Skype now, so...
No.
Yay! The villagers rejoice.
And there was much burnation.
The villagers...
Really?
The villagers stopped revolting.
Yeah, Ted hit him with TG guns.
Speaking of forum stuff, are we totally out of questions now?
I can't find any.
Well, we could always comment on random topics. That would be amusing.
Actually, I think there was one of those questions I noticed on that thread, which was someone wanting to find out what RPs are we all in? And I think
None.
Killerfish.
I do role playing with a group of friends
On
in
the
real
forums.
life. No, not on the forums. I don't have time to do them on the forums.
Yeah, the
Too
same.
busy.
I would never get anything done if I was in an RP on the forums. Ever.
Oh, that's a question. I've got an anonymous question.
Dun
Yes.
dun dun.
And the question is, which DC comic hero is most like your nature? Not
Oh
who,
boy. I'll have to go
not
look
what,
up that.
Yeah, not who you would want to be, but who is most like your nature.
That means it's time for Wikipedia, because I need to look up who is in DC Comics.
You mean you don't instantly know every single character from DC Comics?
Unfortunately,
Including the obscure ones that no one has ever cared about?
maybe fortunately, I don't.
Anyway, Squato, you first. Who do you think is most like your nature?
I have no idea.
Okay, then I'll go first then. Basically, I'm an impatient sort most of the time, and I like running, so the Flash, or perhaps Impulse, who became the Flash. So yeah, my crazy statement still stands.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! And Squato, I was actually discussing something similar with Homer a couple of days back, and we reckoned you'd make a good Blue Beetle.
Squeak, squeak.
Or the Tick.
No, because Blue Beetle is like Batman, only not as scary.
That's Squato's new description. Like Batman, only not as scary.
And of course,
Actually,
Homer,
I've got to find this out now. Blue Beetle.
Ted Cord. Haha, I know his real name. Served in the Justice League International.
Killerfish has earned a new achievement. Ching! Super Ultimate Nerd.
Hey.
Or comic nerd at the very least.
Well, he's technically wanting to actually make
Anyway.
a comics, like a legitimate comic, so that's got to count for something.
Secret. Of course, saying secret isn't really helping me with keeping the whole thing a secret now, is it?
No, because it's not.
Nor is, talking about it.
And it's not like 15 people have the basic what I've got.
So I noticed someone here is creating a new EGS game.
Again,
Oh yes,
again.
That's
another
what it
one.
says on the forums here. Looks like,
Oh great! I'm actually.
It's almost like a...
I found the information on the Blue Beetle. Great, you name me after a dead superhero. I'm not only less scary than Batman, I'm also deader than him.
Yeah, but Batman never dies.
Haven't Batman and Superman all died like 5 times each? And then come back to life?
Well, Jason Todd, which was one of the Robins, died and came back.
Well, haven't there been like 5 different Robins also?
Hang on, wait a second.
Yeah, that's
Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Thingy. Tim... Oh man, my knowledge is failing me. And Stephanie Brown, who was Spoiler, who died recently.
So there have been 3 Robins and a
4.
female Robin.
4 Robins, one of whom was female.
And her death
And if
was
that's
a
not niche-
controversial one.
Pardon?
Her death was controversial.
Yes. Because it was during the whole War Games storyline, which people thought was just an excuse to kill her off, really.
Yeah,
And
wasn't she
pretty
just...
much what.
Well, I think coming up with excuses to kill off characters is, comic specialty.
Yeah, but I think...
Yeah, I mean, look what they did to Hal Jordan,
Oh, who's Hal Jordan?
Green Lantern.
Yes.
Now,
Okay,
some people
I
say
can't
Hal
remember
Jordan
what they
is the
did
one
there.
true Green Lantern, but he's not. Come on. Carl Rainier is a much better Green Lantern, in my opinion. And I know I'm going to get flamed for that.
Not from me, because I don't care.
Well, that's good, because when I was discussing this with Homer, we thought you would make a good Kyle Rayner Green Lantern there, Moon.
So there's back to what I was talking about earlier, though. It appears that this EGS game the guy is making is a card game of some sort,
Ah.
which is definitely an interesting approach.
It's not going to be like the Magic the Gathering type card game, which there's been, I think, 2 types of...
No, it's going to be more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! card
Pokemon,
game.
I choose you!
That's Pokemon.
Come on. Keep with your Americanized
What about the
monster-based...
the
What?
image Dan did?
Well,
Oh, yes.
Dan did a Pokemon image, right, on DA.
Oh, that
Thank
was
you.
good.
It was like some sort of TED-based Pokemon, which is... Oh my god.
Yes, and it was also somewhat disturbing if I can remember what the powers were meant to be. The power to manipulate people, the power to attract them and also to make them come at ease or some crap like that. And then they've got the back thing transforms them into. It always looks like
I'm sure the
buffy
move
females.
list.
And then afterwards, it's meant to
The-
be
the
some
move-
type of mind wipe or some crap like that.
The move list seems abusable. This
Yes.
Pokemon is broken. Why isn't it legendary? Its stats are too high. It can't be used in competition. Have you ever met someone like that? One of those real Pokemon fanatics who are just really scary?
No.
I think I might have been
thankfully
one.
not.
I think I might have been one, but I've grown out of it
I
now.
have, and it's frightening. I have a maxed out Raichu, and I used all the EV points to get its super high statisticalness.
And you have zero
It's
chance
scary.
of ever getting a date.
Well, and yeah, well, I guess. Maybe they might. What if it's
If they breed, then there's a free date. Well, if they breed, then there's one thing.
Well, no. You have to realize that at this point the female nerd population is almost as high as the male nerd. They just are a little less, obvious.
I know,
but
but I'm just saying in the regards to the fact that it's Pokemon.
somehow I'm just imagining, oh my god, you're right, you're so hot.
I think in the Pokemon, the excessive Pokemon fan groups probably will be trying to have sex with throwing balls at each other.
Everybody on the forums is going to be like, what the hell are they going on about?
I don't
It's a
know, you
forest.
guys dragged me into this.
I'm just pointing out to anyone that was me making it very obvious. Now try and re-listen back to the entire this entire chat, BunnyCast, and try to work out how many double entendres have already been said so far.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're keeping a track.
I've got a rough idea at least.
Hang on. Why aren't I watching you, Moon, on DeviantArt?
Because you're
That's a very good question.
I'm rectifying that immediately.
Question is Moon looking back in return?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. Am I watching? I am not. Oh wait, no, you're not. You're not killerfish.deviantart.com.
No, I'm David
Wow,
Waxman.
that's definitely not you.
Yeah. Kills that
That-
person
that-
who took my name.
That's. I don't think you're a red-haired girl with a lip piercing
No, that's him. That's him.
No.
who lives in Toronto.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
There you are. Yes, I am watching you. Okay, I was wondering about that.
I don't know if you're watching me, but I don't think it really matters that much because
You don't post anything on DeviantArt. You
I
don't
can't.
even draw.
Well, I do, but I can't put anything on because my bloody scanner stopped working because the drives are not working for it nowadays because it was a Hewlett Packard. It stopped supporting the damn printer, which is 2 years old.
Printer?
Well, it's a printer scanner type thing.
Oh, okay. I have to print my drawings out before I can scan them.
Yeah. No. Yes, my name is not Jessica either.
It is now.
Are you sure about that? You sound like a Jessica to me.
Oddly enough, that's the name of one of my characters from Team Nexus. Plug.
Well, hey, you know, I would support the plug more if you had been drawing it at all recently. Cough, cough.
Haven't you actually been checking it recently? Cough,
Yes,
cough.
you only drew one. One.
I
And it looks
put
like
one
it
up
was done in, like, MS Paint.
Excuse me. I put one up really recently. I put
Like,
one up.
in the last 5 seconds.
I put one up on the 5th. Featuring the return of Ash.
Who is apparently very cat-ish now.
Yes. Indeed. There's a reason for that, but I shall not explain it here.
That's because he's drunk.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I haven't had a drink for I haven't had a drink for 2-3 weeks. I don't drink for weeks.
Lies.
No, it's true. I'm just natural. Kids, drink responsibly. Responsibly.
You know,
Drink responsibly.
to make this anywhere near coherent, Homer may just parts of it, because I'm pretty sure we've been going on for almost 2 hours now.
Not quite. We've just been going on for about an hour.
Yes.
Oh. I have no time sense.
Yes.
At all.
It sucks.
Okay, almost an hour.
Are we actually going to get anywhere today?
Where would we be? We'd have to have a destination to be getting anywhere. We're just sort of
We're on
floating
the
in the void.
road to nowhere.
When are you going to sing the rest of it?
I think.
No.
Objection.
Well, I can sing the rest of that if need be, but I was just trying to get to the main points. It could be good. Nah, I won't say it.
And I'm looking up stuff. Oh yes, that reminds me. I've got to learn how to draw Kim Possible.
Why?
Because of another idea I had.
Are you
Elgoonish
going-
Possible.
Should we fear
Going to
it?
do a crossover with Kim Possible in your comics?
Elgoonish Possible. Think about it.
Keen Possible?
And all of a sudden, some guy just is gonna go, damn, they've taken my comic idea away.
Yeah. My dears.
Yes.
Mine.
My precious!
Well, homie. Oh, yes, Homer. Yes, Homer.
You thought I was Homer.
Yes,
You almost thought I was Homer for a second
you are
there.
the Homer of the thing. You are.
You
the Homer
almost
of the
thought
chat.
I was
No,
actually
you are the
Homer,
Homer
admit
of the
it.
chat. Otherwise, it might have slipped out. And I was trying to say for. That doesn't work as well for you. You've lost the right to that. I was about to say that Killerfish probably might have a nemesis now if he's because of what was said.
Add him to the list.
It's like some guy, you've taken my comic idea, I must destroy you. It's like, oh look, I got another one of those letters. Okay, throws it in the room.
Indeed. Sorry, I'm just looking at stuff.
This is totally like the awkward silence hour.
The awkward silence hour.
Let's play some elevator music just to entertain.
Yeah. Hang on, wait a second.
I want to know what he's doing.
Points if you know what that song's called. That's
Oh,
to
God.
everyone.
Oh God.
Okay, I'll stop now. Ow, my cheeks hurt.
That's entirely your own fault.
There's more of it.
That is entirely your own fault.
Right.
Well, that's what you get when you try to play the popcorn song.
Popcorn song. I've got another visitor coming up to say hello to me again.
Is it the cat?
No, it's my mum.
Dun dun dun!
Yes. Okay. Should we, since we're not actually...
And now everyone that's listening go, hi, Killerfish's mum.
Wait, what's this everyone
back,
that's
do it
listening you're
right.
talking about? Nobody's gonna be listening by this point. They're gonna go like,
Yeah.
this is boring.
That's why I
if
think that it might be an idea to actually call today a short episode, so we don't
Yes!
keep going randomly off on tangents anymore. I know it kind of like goes against the grain, but should we try wrapping it up?
Well, we're going to do
Because
this.
We have to find out what we need to wrap before we can wrap it up.
Yes. Okay. So,
Actually, I'm
in
just gonna-
conclusion,
Well, no, there's two things we've got to do. We've got to find out
Is
if
there?
anything that Moom needs to, anything more that Moom wants to say about himself that the forums are going to be demanding from it, like, for example, his personal address and what his personal physical characteristics look like so they know who to kidnap at the time was right, and information like that.
Wait a minute, I posted a photo of me and Homer and everybody else who went to Comic-Con in that topic. So if anybody wants to know what I look like, it's pretty easily accessible. And Killerfish, too, for that matter.
But they don't have your personal address and your details about where you
And they're never going to get it. Unless they want to mail me some money. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
well, then what you do is you
send him
set up
money, you get
a
nothing in
post.
return.
Yes, I know.
post
I'll
office
give you the
box.
highest quality nothing you've ever seen.
You set up a post office box and get them to send the money there.
But that takes effort. And you know Moom.
Oh yeah.
In fact, he has.
Okay, then.
In fact, he doesn't even breathe. Remember?
Oh yes. Keep forgetting that.
Breathing is optional, you know.
The other thing, should we do a comic review?
Oh yes, comic review, because I set that challenge for you to read Sluggy Freelance.
Yes, and I've
Squato.
declared a jihad on you back. Jihad! You shall die!
No, I shan't.
You shall die, you swine!
Well, you know, not my fault for you. Right, how did you enjoy it so far, up to the point?
I should point out that I've got, for the listeners, is we're I'm just trying to get right to the right page or something. I've currently read up to the 2003, just up around when the 5th, or when they have the anniversary there. So I think it's the 6th anniversary.
Probably.
Yeah.
Started, yeah.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah,
read more,
yeah.
but I had some things, normal life pop up, which makes it a bit hard to read the next few thousand comics. And the other thing is that the damn server has this annoying issue of crashing every now and then.
I don't like what DeviantArt have done to the gallery things.
What I don't like is the collections thing, because it slows down my computer every time I'm trying to click on stuff. It says, "Oh, you want to drag it, don't you?" No, I'm trying to click on it.
Yeah, it's an annoying
I'm
feature.
trying to find something.
A few other little features are a bit annoying from it too. So
I mean, the site is surprisingly, in terms of, stuff on it, there's just a little too much at once.
Yeah.
they're trying to be. I think they're trying to be too many things at once. They've lost their vision a bit.
They've lost their way.
Like, for example, when they brought out the videos, it's like, oh, we've got DeviantArt videos, high quality videos, but they cannot be something that you...
Not anymore.
Yeah, they actually put... the actual statement is they will not have things which you will find on YouTube or things like that.
Well, no, I mean in that literally you can't upload video files anymore to DeviantArt. One of my friends was really ranting about it because like QuickTime and stuff, you can't upload it anymore. Meaning people who do like animation and all that literally can't put it on DA; they have to put it on YouTube.
Which is where pretty much everyone will be looking anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that they seem to be trying to focus less on animated videos or things like that, and more on actual acting and things like that with real life people. And they're trying to make it look classy.
Anything can be artistic if you say it is.
Actually, that's true.
Hey, well, I go to school in San Francisco, right next to the Museum of Modern Art. Let me tell you, this is white canvas. Seriously, they have an art piece in there called 3 White Canvases or something like that, and it's literally just 3 white canvases. The plaque says that they are repainted white every month, just to make sure they stay completely white.
That is weirder than me taking a photo of my foot and showing it to you.
Which is exactly what you're doing.
Why would you do that?
What? It's exactly what I... What? Anyway.
My comment in reply to him is that with modern art, I don't generally see modern art as such a bad thing. There is some really weird, stupid things which have been made, yes, but if people are talking about it, if it's interesting, if it's actually making you think about it, then it's obviously art. Even people.
Well, let me put it. Let me put it this way. There was a big news article recently about how some woman was selling these art pieces for huge amounts of money, these abstract art pieces, and people were like, the beautiful flow and deep meaning behind these is so amazing. And then, of course, it turns out, this is entirely serious, it turns out this woman is having her 3-year-old child do finger paintings, and that's what she's selling for like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Finger paintings on canvas.
Well, they had some 5-year-old was apparently had sold it, and the painting it did it was done for about, what was it? This is going back a few years. It had to be about 64,000 to some German art gallery.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Is $64,000 for a little 5-year-old's finger painting. I mean, I'm amazed that everybody in the world isn't having their 5-year-olds paint on canvas and trying to sell it, because it's quite the scam.
Some have,
Yeah.
but the thing is, apparently there is an actual market for that for some of those art galleries. So. But yeah, if it gets too much in it, then they will collapse. So yes. Anyway, so any.
I just.
Yes.
What were you saying?
What?
You just. Or are there any?
What? Who? Who was what? The where?
I don't. Whatever. Just finish your sentence, Squato.
Actually, I'm waiting for you to go.
Never.
Speak.
Cookie, 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 cookie.
Right, I think we're reaching the point where we actually
Okay.
might have to start wrapping up now.
I was gonna say, if there's any comments that any one of you guys want to make about Sluggy Freelance.
Cookie.
Yes, read it. Read it. Read it now.
Any views about the damn comic?
It's a good comic. Stop saying it's a damn comic.
I will say damn.
Well, it can be damn good.
Damn good comic.
Moom, have you read it?
No.
Escape now.
Read the comic.
Escape. It's not a bad comic myself. We'll probably get a better review next time.
Moom fled the podcast.
Moom, recommend a comic now.
Order of the Stick is awesome.
Okay, that'll be our next one to review then.
Yes.
Which we'll actually review because we'll have Homer back.
Actually, we don't need
Not
to.
that you're not doing a good job.
Well, Moom is the new Homer.
Oh, right. Okay, so
I'm only a
podcast-
temporary replacement Homer.
What is the leather causing
I'm a
problems for you?
substitute Homer. What?
Is the leather causing problems for you?
It's kind of sometimes it chases people,
Where's that
Anyway.
sound effect?
I'm just wondering how much of this is going to get edited out by Homer.
95%. Or maybe maybe he'll just listen to it and say, "Wow, I can't use this."
Right, let's wrap up then
Then
for the third time.
that's punishment for him. Yay!
Right.
He's gonna have
so-
to listen to the whole thing. Yes, that is.
During this
punishment.
podcast, we talked about random things from the beginning to the very end. I suppose we better do the information. Moom, tell us about what you're doing, projects-wise, for the next foreseeable future.
A lot of homework, and when I'm not doing homework, random art stuff on DeviantArt.
Which is MOOMANiBE.deviantart.com.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I have links to it on my forum profile, so I'll just make a post in the podcast topic after this is over. Although,
Well, when we actually put it up.
I just remembered that something which was remember when.
No, stop remembering things.
No,
Stop it.
Shut up! Shut up! I remember
no
when-
remembering aloud.
I just remembered that when you first really joined the Watch forums, that there was a lot of people there were thinking you were a girl.
That seems to happen a lot.
Any particular comments regarding that issue?
Cookie.
Well, if you're going to draw yourself as a girl in those comics about Comic-Con last year, there's going to be some confusion.
I drew everybody as their avatars. It was much more fun than drawing them as regular people.
And you drew
Irony.
Killerfish in an androgynous way. Well, androgynous. Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
Androgynous. And
I had to get up
No.
early this morning, and my brain has melted from this chat. So shut up.
Were we attempting to wrap up here?
yeah. Okay.
Then you decide to ask questions to him then.
Squato, projects you're working on, anything that you can tell people.
You tell me.
No, then. Okay.
Killerfish, any
Check
projects
out-
you can talk about?
Team Nexus has got another comic up, as I said. I'm doing more of those. I'm getting about one a week done of those. I'm working on some fillers for another comic, which will be up soon. Go to killerfish.co.uk for Team Nexus, shastrix.com/comics for other comics by the good people at Shastrix who are hosting for us. And my feet smell.
Like cheese.
Yes. So that's everything from what we are doing, so I guess it's just now time for us to say bye. And you've actually got a short episode today, so
Relatively short.
yes,
A
by
short
about
episode
3/4 of an hour.
It'll be a short episode made even shorter, probably.
Yes.
Once Homer gets his hands on it, I imagine it will be a very short episode.
Okay then. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Smeagol says goodbye, precious.
Yes.
Smeagol, the ring is just about to be dropped.
No, it's mine, my precious.
Oh, look, Moon just fell into the fire. I don't think Moon will ever be coming back again.
It's you and me.
I can't carry the ring for you, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you.
Maybe a couple of squirrels thrown out here and there.
Sorry.
Good for the homoerotic
This
joke.
crazy world is twisted all up in my hair. I got you, I don't care. Sometimes I feel like I'm controlled like a hero in a comic book, baby. Chasing one day after the next, no settle down, no easy text, baby. But it makes me feel alive when you're here by my side. You complete the two of us, you make the rules apply. It's a crazy world, in a twisted turn of reality. It's you and me, and I need you here to keep some sanity. We are but pawns in a faded game of cat and mouse. Maybe a couple of headshots thrown out here and there. This crazy world is so messed up, all in my hair. I got you, I don't care.
BunnyCast is produced and directed by Dame Helmet the Leatherclad, starring Dame Helmet the Leatherclad, the Right Reverend Lord Sir Killerfish of the Keenfans, and Squato. Crazy World and Because of Your Grace are used without permission. Alguna Shive and other related comic and movie properties are properties of their respective owners and do not belong to this podcast.
It's you and me, and I need you here to keep some sanity. We are but pawns in a faded game of cat and mouse. Maybe a couple of guinea pigs thrown out here and there. This crazy world is all messed up in my hair. I got you, I don't care.